Somehow it is time for another one of these pernicious riddles, and so with a heavy heart and a tired brain, I say, let's get cracking. You enter a large cavern full of rare bioluminescent Dumbo octopus. They seem to not like the Christmas lights on your submarine, so you turn them off. There are 100 octopus arranged neatly in a 10 by 10 grid. Oh. Each one slowly gains energy and flashes for a moment when its energy is full. Maybe you could navigate by the light of the octopus. Each octopus has an energy level. Alright, I'm already kind of loving this, so this is going to be fun. I forgot to do the setup beforehand, so bear with me. Right, so here's our input, and here's our code. Forgot to re-enable this TypeScript plugin that I usually don't use at work, so but I do use for this. So there we go. Let input equals file dot, or what do, this is JavaScript. Read file sync. I'm a little punchy right now. ToString trim split probably. Something like that. All right, let's go actually read it. All right, so these are all energy levels between 0 and 9. There's steps, and their energy level increases. Then they hit 9 and they flash, which increases the energy level of all adjacent octopus by 1, including octopus that are diagonally adjacent. If this causes an octopus to have an energy level greater than 9, it also flashes. This process continues as long as new octopus keep having their energy level increase beyond 9. An octopus can only flash at most once per step. Interesting. Finally, an octopus that flashed during the step has its energy level set to 0. Right. So yeah, there can be like chain reactions or something. Right, so this one is surrounded by 9s, and so it gets a little boost from all of them. Okay. Well, okay, so it goes up by 1 naturally, and then it gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, but that, which also makes it go to 9. It has to exceed 9 in order to flash. Okay. This feels kind of like a game of life kind of thing. Oh my gosh. I mean, very much like a game of life. I mean, it's beautiful. After step 10, there have been a total of 204 flashes. Here's the configuration every 10 steps. Oh my gosh. After 100 steps, there have been a total of 1656 flashes. All right. Interesting. Right, but we're gonna need to do another, just do all of our parsing stuff. Kind of similar on a lot of these, but I'll just write it every time. Okay, so now we've got our array of arrays. And now we just say let flash count equal 0 for let I equal 0, I less than equal to 100, I plus plus. Right, so we're going to do our 100 steps, and at the end we'll say console log *1 flash count. Right, so we'll just go through our steps, and in each step we need to go through, find all the 9s, or I guess go through and increment everything, and then go through and find all the ones that yeah, like this might be the kind of thing where brute forcing it will be slow. Oh, interesting. Our input is also fairly small, so brute forcing it probably won't be that slow. It's only 100 steps, so yeah, I think I'm just gonna brute force this. I don't really know a better way. Right, so I think we'll say something like increment all by 1. Let's do this in a function, right? So we can have a different one in each thing. So we'll say like let octopus equals input. Right, so now we just need to define that function. Const increment all by 1 equals octopus number return right. I guess we should say octopuses. Sure. It is from the input. All right, sure. So we increment them all by 1, and then what? Then we need to find. We want to go through all the octopus, and then if it's more than. Okay, then I think we want to do something like. While let new flashes how do you do a loop in JavaScript? Like a right. I'm gonna Google something very obvious. JavaScript while loop. While condition, right. What about do while? This is, I think, what I actually want. So I think we'll say and we'll say do while new flashes something like that. Right, and then we'll say, I mean, I don't like that, but Or actually, I guess this actually we could just say equals 0, and we say do while it's greater than 0, and because the whole point of the do while is that it'll do it once, and then check the condition after. I think if I'm remembering my do whiles correctly, execute the block once before checking the. Okay, yeah, perfect. Right, so it is 0, right, and then we'll say. Check let new flashes equals trigger flashes octopuses right, and then we'll say what am I doing here? Right, like I think I want to say I guess I'll say new flashes, and then I'll say flash count plus equal new flashes. Right, and so that's another function to write. So const trigger flashes is going to be number octopuses number nested array returns a number and it'll return 3. Right? What is the problem now? Trigger flashes is not defined. Yes, it is. Oh, it's probably some kind of infinite loop. Right. So let's say 0. Okay. Yeah, fine. All right, so how do we define this? I guess we want to do something like for let row index equals 0, I less than octopuses dot length, I guess row index, row index plus plus, let count equals 0, return count, spell it correctly, then let row equals octopuses row, or sorry, index, then row, let for let octopus index equals 0, octopus index less than row dot length, octopus index plus plus, let octopus equals row octopus index, then we'll say if octopus greater than or equal to, or greater than 9, flash time, right? And potentially there aren't any. Well, there should be eventually. Okay. I wonder if this is increment all by 1. Oh yeah, we didn't do that. Right, so some of them should flash. Yeah, for some of them it is flash time. All right, great. So if it is flash time, then we want to, what do we want to do? We want to make sure that something doesn't flash more than once in the same step. And so I think we want to somehow indicate that and mark that it is already flashed, right? Like we could potentially return the coordinates of the one that flashed. We could do something like set it to undefined or null, and then later on like replace it with 0 again. Right. I think that I'm tempted to say that okay, so let's say that we have type cave equals number or flashed array, and we will say that this is a cave and this is a cave and this is a cave, and the what is so something here won't work. Oh yeah, this is a cave, and now the only problem is that this is actually a good problem where the type system I think is helping us, is that we previously were just going to increment everything, which actually is probably good in this case, because by this point it should be yeah. Okay, actually, hold on. Type dirty cave. Yeah, let's call this dirty cave, and then we'll have type cave equals number. Right, so this is a cave, and this also should have a cave, and then trigger flashes should actually take in a dirty cave, right? And the reason being yeah, sorry, I think I'm losing track of my point. I think that, sorry, I'm getting too fancy. Yeah, let's just have everything be a cave. Let's just relax. Right, but it does mean that here, I think we just need to say something like this. So we'll say return, great, and then if type of octopus, or really we'll say if octopus equal flashed, else, and we'll say throw new error, cave in weird state. Okay, great. So yeah, great. So here we want to say if it's greater than 9, we want to ultimately say, you know, octopus's row index, octopus index equals flashed, and count plus equals 1. And then also we want to increment all of the neighbors. The question I'm just trying to think is like, is there any weird thing where I guess it's fine. Just thinking like do they all flash at the same time? I guess they can't all flash at the same time because, well, I don't know. Let's just try it and see if we get this right. I think that it should be fine, right? So I'm not ready to flash. There's really nothing to do here, right? So we'll say, oh, well, here's the tricky thing: is like, what if it's like we're kind of scanning from top left to bottom right, and so when we scan one like the bottom, it might affect one before it that we already scanned by pushing it over the edge and making it flash time. But I guess that's why we have this loop below, so it should be fine. Although we could just do it here as well. So potentially we don't even need the loop. We can decide how we want to do this. So right, so I think now we'll just say count plus equals 1. Let's just stick with this plan. So let's just then say increment, or rather, and let's just do it in line. So we'll say for each and we'll say octopuses yy xx plus plus. This doesn't work for so many reasons. Can I find him octopuses? Is that not above? Can I find xx? Oh yeah. An arithmetic operand must be of type any. Number, big int, or any type. Well, what is it though? An element an element access expression should take an argument. What does that mean? Anyway, I'll just keep coding. We'll come back to that error later. But the thing that's missing here is, what are we actually looking at, right? We're going to look at the neighbors. So the neighbors is going to be row index -1, octopus index -1, so above and to the left, row index -1, octopus index, row index +1, octopus okay, hold on. Great. Let's set a comma markers and use it as side effects. What is happening? What is happening? Do I just need like parentheses here or something? Yes. Great. Count plus equals 1. What is that? Oh, there we go. Nice. Alright, keep going. So there should be 8 neighbors, so just got to come up with all of them. So row index is the same, but we have octopus index -1, row index, octopus index plus 1. I guess that's that. So then row index plus 1, octopus index minus 1, row index plus 1, octopus. Sorry, this is very tedious. Row index plus 1, octopus index plus 1. Right. Okay, so we'll say if octopuses xx, yy, we'll say type of equal number. I have a typo here. Okay, now I have an issue. This expression will always return false since the type string or number or big int or boolean or symbol or undefined, etc. What is this saying? I must just have a typo. Unterminated string literal. Oh yeah, okay. Why did you just say that? An arithmetic operand. Alright, well how about this? Plus equals 1. Did that not help? Oh. Well, I kind of thought that's what I was just avoiding. Right, we're checking if it's a number, but I guess that didn't help. I thought that would help. Oh, we can just sort of fudge it. Cool. Cannot read property of undefined, reading 1. Oh, interesting. Octopuses XX. Try that. Okay. Get rid of that. Okay. So this is fair enough. So we have this. But after we've gone through and done all of our flashing, we then need to say we'll say reset zeros, octopuses, const reset zeros equals octopuses cave, and we'll say 4. Oh my gosh, copy this part. Must be a better way to do this. I always get very self-conscious. Alright, so let octopus equal row octopus index. A very clear plan of what I'm doing. Row octopus index equals 0. Great. I don't have a strong point of view on what I want to call this thing. Alright, so did this work? We got 694, not correct. So, what is wrong? Absolutely no idea. Alright, so I guess let's start debugging. Right, so there we got that. I have this thing that automatically runs and reruns, but for this kind of debugging, I think probably we want to run it manually. Right, so I think we can say da, 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 da. I is less equal to. Let's just look at it after 2. Right, so can it be that there are 31 flashes after just one? Just kind of take a look at the situation. Right, so we've got step 1, which I guess we also want to print the board out. Join on the new line. All right, so we've got this. Do we have a simpler example? Maybe let's try this one first. All right, so we've got, here we go. Whoa, hold on. Okay, well maybe we want to, interesting. So this is flashed, even though we reset zeros. So that seems wrong. We shouldn't say flash, we should say something else. Right? Because we should have reset zeros. Maybe reset zeros isn't working. So maybe console log resetting 0. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, that's not working at all. Like after resetting, it still says, okay. Right, so we're saying row octopus index. Why isn't that working? Right, we have like we're muted. Or how about we do this? How about we do octopuses row index? Why is this not working? I'm definitely missing something. What am I missing? If you're watching this, you know I'm probably missing something obvious. Like it seems as though let's say resetting 0 octopus. I mean, we know that it's just going to be the word flashed. So we'll say row index, octopus index. Oh, you know what I think it is actually is that probably. Wait. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not seeing it yet. Not seeing it yet. Like, so it's interesting that it says flashed 1-1. So like the thing I was just trying to check is like, are we updating the wrong thing? Like we think we're updating one thing, we're actually updating another thing. But even if we were, I would think this reset function should work. Right, because we are... It's like here we're saying... What are we saying? Did I run it with this log output? Hold on. Right, so... We're saying resetting 0, 3, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 0... Wait, 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. I mean, these ones actually are zeros, so that looks correct. Wonder what happens if you do... Okay, if you do that, you get not a number. I was like, do you get like 11 on there? Like, all right, something funky's going on. I do want to crack this. Let's see if we can figure this out. So new flashes equals trigger flashes. Right, so we are triggering our flashes. It's also so interesting that like none of this failed. All right, actually, okay, this seems like a pretty good contender. So increment all probably is buggy, right? We're saying, it's like, I think, all right, how about this? How about we say type of octopus equals string, we'll throw the error. Because probably the issue is that we're concatenating the one there. Okay, great, so that does throw an error. I mean, not great, but interesting. All right, so increment all by 1. So what's the issue? So we get to step 2, right? So after step 1, well, interesting. So we just reset. All right, so we're still getting the flashed ones. So I thought that the flashed ones were probably coming from here. Just double check this all looks right. Octopus index, etc. For each. Let's do one more thing. Let's say console log xxyy, xxyy. Like, is this all looking correct? I mean, probably, right? Bunch of numbers, destructuring correctly. It's interesting that none of those are negative. I kind of thought that it would be maybe just a fluke. Well, okay, how about this? Like, there's also kind of it's awkward that we're using a string flashed here, right? It's like, that seems like maybe that's already a thing I kind of regret, right? So, like, let's just turn that into, like, null instead, right? So if we get rid of flashed, and and we replace it with null everywhere. Does that help at all? Right, so we'll say octopus and octopus greater than null, and we'll say if type of octopus equals string. So here we'll say type of null. Geez, okay. Well, we can actually just, I was going to say if octopus equals null, right? Like that should never happen. So now hopefully we'll get some better clue, right? So let's go back to the bigger input. Now we're getting 38 of all things. Okay. I mean, it kind of seems like resetting zeros could be working. Although, right, so we reset 9, 5. Yeah, I mean, resetting might actually be working now. Not sure what the bug was, honestly, but I guess null is better than a random string. Let's clean up some of these console logs to get closer to a useful output. Right, so oh, actually, hold on, but we're only doing 2 steps. So if we go back up to 100, we just see if this had any positive effects. I mean, it's way too big now. Right? Yeah, it doesn't look right at all. So hold on, let's just read it one more time and make sure that I didn't like miss some crucial detail. First, the energy level of each octopus increases by 1. Then, any octopus with any energy level greater than 9 flashes. This increases the energy level of all adjacent octopus by 1, which I think I'm doing. Am I doing that? Let me just double check that I'm doing that. I think I might not be doing that. Oh my god. Wait, oh wait, am I doing that? Yeah, I am. Alright, so if octopuses and octopuses not equal null, cannot find name XX, really? Oh wait, this is a typo. I wish that these errors were better. Canary property of undefined rating 2. Oh, this actually looks super wrong. These are reversed. 1, 6, 5, 6. Are we finally in the ballpark? Yeah. Alright, so I think that was probably the crucial bug, so I just had those like reversed, which is goofy. Object is possibly null, but I'm not that worried about it because I just checked seconds ago and we're good. Alright, so I think that this works. Let's just clean up some of this output and bring in the big input. And then figure out to what extent we have screwed the pooch. Alright, 1721, super fast, love it. And correct. Alright, cool. I'm going to write down 1721 just in case we break it later. Alright, seems like the individual flashes aren't bright enough to navigate. However, you might have a better option. The flashes seem to be synchronizing. The first time all octopuses flash simultaneously is after step 195. Whoa. If you can calculate the exact moments when the octopuses will all flash simultaneously, you should be able to navigate through the cavern. What is the first step during which all octopuses flash? Whoa, interesting. Okay. Well, let's copy that. How do we want to do this? I guess if there's a step where new flashes equals the total octopus count, like how many octopus are there? Are there 100 octopus? Yeah, it's a 10 by 10 grid, so basically well, this will increment through. Yeah, okay, so cool step. Right, so we'll say we don't really care about the flash count anymore. New flashes, while new flash is greater than 0. I guess we'll say flash count for the particular step, right? So I guess we'll say let cool step string or null or well, okay. How about this? While true. Can we do that? And then I plus plus. And we'll say flash count is 0, new flashes equals trigger flashes, reset zeros, and we'll say if flash count equal 100 break, and we'll also say does this work? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, I mean, it took me a while to kind of work through some type bugs that even TypeScript didn't really save me from, which is sort of a bummer. But other than that, worked out. So, good night.